Hello, I'm Julianne Misner. I'm the coordinator of the Mentoring Plus strategy here for the Valley region. The Mentoring Plus strategy is an opportunity to connect older adults as mentors in our community, to encourage intergenerational knowledge exchange, to support social inclusion, to explore the future of work, and to build stronger communities. We're looking for creative ways in community to create a chance for the younger community to maintain strong connections with the aging population that we have, to invite older adults and seniors and retirees to maintain a strong sense of connection and purpose and activity in what is creating our community centers, our culture, what's growing our economy, and what is helping to maintain the best of what we've had and to continue to learn from our past. Some of that is being open to change, and some of that is knowing the best practices that others have had and not losing that as people retire or transition into activities in community where they may find themselves more at home. Perhaps the connections to those social pieces dwindle over time as we get older. And Mentoring Plus is creating strategies and connections in communities so that there are pathways and opportunities where coming just as you are, telling your story and talking with others about what you've learned from the road of experience is valued. And we encourage you and hope that you come out and participate. You may not initially think of yourself as a mentor. If you didn't work in an environment where mentoring was on the job title or part of your list of duties, mentoring may not be the word you use to describe the qualities that you have that are so valuable. Really, what mentoring and mentorship is about is building relationships. And we've lost sight a little bit of the value of intergenerational connections and the relationships between those that are on in their years of experience and those that are new to their journey. And as we've changed over our culture, getting away from having multi-generational family members living under one roof, as we've moved away from communities and many years before we move back to communities, some of that great knowledge is lost or is held and not shared. And so Mentoring Plus strategy is really looking at engaging the older adult community back to opportunities for you to share that knowledge. Everything from how you've handled difficult situations, the way the town used to look, the way that they used to do business, some of the tricks of a trade that you've learned over time, the things that you know about how to weather difficult storms, the things that you've come to know so well and take for granted about how you can turn to a neighbor to ask for help. These are the things that a younger generation are needing to hear from somebody who has the experience. And the story about it is really valuable. So Mentoring Plus strategy is really about creating spaces for you to tell stories. And we know that those stories are helping people as they are earlier on in their career paths to figure out where their next step is going to be. And so we create many opportunities for you to feel connected and engaged. And there's always something in our mix that we hope you will feel suits your personal preferences and interests. Getting involved with Mentoring Plus strategy can start with coming to one of our community-held mentor lounges. The Mentoring Lounge is a place for those that are interested, curious about mentoring, or maybe debating whether they see themselves as a mentor, to get together with peers and talk about what it's like to have conversations with those of a younger generation. It's also a place to tell stories and start to give a little bit more credit to your own story than you had been. We get together in community spaces where learning happens, where business happens, where those are developing into new career paths. And by coming out to some of those spaces for coffee and conversation. Many of our volunteers, the mentors, they recognize that they have had a lot of steps along their journey, that it's a meandering career path, that we don't all take a straight line, and you give yourself a little bit more credit for how much experience you've gained over the years, and as you tell stories to each other, you also encourage each other, and there's some peer mentoring that happens. In those spaces as well, we debrief and discuss what it's been like to be out in mentoring sessions talking with the younger population. The Mentoring Plus strategy works in the high schools and has opportunities to talk to students about what it's like in a variety of different career paths or various different professions and first jobs, and making choices about whether or not to go to post-secondary, about financial decision making, about getting by when times are tough. It's not just about university or not, it's about the road through life's experiences. And those debriefs at our life lounges are a chance for mentors to discuss together what the relationship building step is, because everybody communicates differently, and we can hone our stories, we can understand where students and youth are coming from, and we can reconnect to a sense of being part of a community because we're understanding each other better, and we are learning new perspectives, and we are making recent touch points, connections, and relationships with people that maybe we had lost touch with or who we didn't have an opportunity to connect with. One of the ways, in a gentle and informal and tasty way to connect with community, is also that the Mentoring Plus strategy in the Valley region has made an effort in a collective impact approach to work with our other community partners and organizations to bring our values and interests together to put on an event on a weekly basis that gives a place for community connection. So we invite you out every Tuesday to the Community Supper. It's hosted at the Valley Community Learning Association's Community Hub, and that's located at 118 Oakdean Street in Kentville. This mentoring happens around dinner tables, intergenerational conversations that happen because we're having a community meal. We start together, welcoming all new faces, telling everybody about culture and community connections that happen in that space. We'll host the chef of the night, and the meals are wonderful. They are a surprise every time. There is an international cuisine menu on a regular basis as we partner with Y-Reach for immigrant connection, as we partner with Flying Squirrel Adventures for youth and experiential learning, and as we partner with Second Harvest for access to a variety of foods. This is a space where you can come just as you are, invite a friend for a meal out, and the way that it all is made possible is through community contributions. Just being there is a contribution. If you want to get involved even more, you can be involved by helping host, or maybe even helping cook, or supporting the tidy up. Having a conversation with a little one while a parent eats their meal is a help. There's so many ways in that space to feel connected and to find your spot. So I encourage you to come out to community suppers on Tuesdays, check the menu, and meet up to build your sense of community connection. This is the Mentoring Plus strategy. We hope that you are curious about the mentoring mindset and about bringing your knowledge into community for intergenerational learning and sharing. If you recognize that there's a mentor in you or you're curious about building up that mentoring mindset, or if you recognize somebody you know as being a great mentor, I encourage you to come and meet us to connect with the Mentoring Plus strategy. This is voluntary. There's no requirement for how much time you spend with us. You might come out to supper sometimes. You might come out to community connections. You can volunteer for an hour or 100 hours. This is up to you. Come and explore. If you're interested in the Mentoring Plus strategy, please reach out. You can reach us at the Mentoring Plus Strategy Facebook. You can connect to us online at mentoringplus.ca. My name is Julianne Misner, and you're welcome to email us at mentoring@kentville.ca. We look forward to speaking with you. There's certainly a mentor in you.